Despite being capable of working a variety of jobs, people who are blind or visually impaired tend to have jobs that are low placement. It's really hard to get that job. According to the Journal of Blindness Innovation and Research, 76% of the blind community is unemployed.
Here in Austin, a startup is offering a very valuable resource for these folks. KXAN's Blake Devine joins us live in the newsroom to explain how Clusiv created an e-learning platform for people who are blind or visually impaired. Good morning, Blake.
Good morning, Erica and Tom. Clusiv is an Austin-based startup trying to address unemployment issues within the blind community. And I spoke to one of its workers who's visually impaired and talked about how its courses are helping him. At the age of 16, Blake Steinica suffered severe vision loss due to a genetic condition.
Definitely had a huge impact on my life, and I had to learn lots of new technology to keep up in school, university, and work.
Now, he works full-time for Clusiv, an Austin-based startup creating an e-learning platform for blind or visually impaired people.
It made me realize, man, I wish I had this years ago when my vision loss first happened. And it's something that I could still benefit so much from.
Through a mobile app and website,
We help remove barriers to successful employment by teaching the skills you need to be equipped for the modern workforce.
Clusiv has classes that help them get hired into the workforce.
Heading level 3, task rationale.
It reads aloud everything as founder Lucas Seminar cracked the code.
Nowadays, you need to learn how to use email, cloud storage, multiple digital meeting platforms, all these things which are not designed with blind people in mind. And no one has created training, much less training that scales, to teach people how to do that.
G Suite and Microsoft Office, digital meeting platforms, succeed in virtual interviews.
More than half of Clusiv's employees have visual disabilities.
We hire people who are blind and visually impaired or who have firsthand experience with this problem and solving it. That's paramount.
Steinica says a platform like this is a game changer.
I found that technology was the biggest tool to help empower me.
Since its launch in 2021,
Course, professional skills for the modern workforce.
Clusiv has sold its software to several state vocational rehab facilities.
The goal is to make people who are blind and visually impaired in the workforce a norm and not the exception.
Button. Using Gmail with JAWS module. Heading.
Thus far, Clusiv has helped over 150 folks throughout 7 states, and its goal is to eventually expand into the local school system.
Blake, I have a question for you. I heard that like robotic voice reading very fast that would be hard for me to understand. Is it a different situation for those using the product?
According to what they told me, those who are blind or visually impaired actually can comprehend audio a lot faster than your average person, sometimes catching up to 25 syllables per second, which for me, I would not be able to comprehend that. I'd have to replay it 3 or 4 times back. For them, that's how they read, so they're just much quicker than the average person.
It's incredible what senses, when one sense doesn't work, how another one kicks into overdrive to really compensate.
A really cool story. Thank you, Blake. We appreciate it.